What's up, everyone? This is Destroyer229, and welcome to Let's Play Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, the most recent Pokemon game to be released on the Nintendo Switch that was released today. Yes, I'm actually doing a day one Let's Play. Hooray! And it's actually been a while since I last played Pokemon, so, you know, even though the lead up to this game has been kind of iffy for some people, I mean, it's still Pokemon. And I still love Pokemon. Now, you will notice that there is something a little bit different in terms of the title. We'll get into that once I actually get to the main game itself. So let's select English, and let's begin the game. Hello there! Glad to meet you! Welcome to the world of Pokemon! My name is Oak. People affectionately refer to me as the Pokemon Professor. This world is inhabited far and wide by creatures called Pokemon. And if you want to know how people tend to interact with Pokemon, well, some people keep them as companions, others do battle. As for myself, I study Pokemon as a profession. Now, why don't you tell me about yourself? Okay, so, oh wow, we have different skin options as well. Okay, so we have different protagonists that we can be, including a boy or a girl. I actually kind of like the standard boy. Yeah, I'm not tan for any of these options. And I also don't usually play as a girl whenever I play Pokemon. So we'll just go with the default option right here. And how about a name? My name, of course, as it always is, Destro, of course. Alright, so your name is Destro. That's me. This boy here is your friend and rival, who's grown up right next door to you. What is his name now? Oh, so we actually get to name the rival. No, doesn't look like there's any sort of default that's given, and I'm not sure. He probably does have a default name, but since Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is essentially a remake of Pokemon Yellow, I definitely have an idea of what I want to call my rival this time around. Fallout. Well, considering that the rival from when I Let's Played Yellow was Overlord, I think naming it after my other compatriot makes sense here. So our rival will be Fallout. It was Fallout, was it? A very odd name, but yes. I see. His name is Fallout. Hi, Eevee. Destro, my boy. Your very own Pokemon tale is about to unfold. Yes, a world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits! Let's go! I stayed up too late playing Smash Brothers again. Alright, so now we are in our room. Ooh, very interesting. Depending on whether it's a tilt or full press will determine my walking speed. Okay, so I will mention this now because this is the first time in a very long time in which I'm actually going to go and do a challenge run. Basically, that means I'm putting a self-imposed difficulty. You've noticed that on the title of this video, I put Nuzlock. Yes, I am going to try to do a Nuzlock challenge of this game. For those of you who are maybe unaware of what Nuzlocks are, I will just kind of go over that as well as how I'm going to be doing the Nuzlock challenge here, since this game kind of goes out of its way to prevent people from doing Nuzlock challenges. That isn't going to stop me from trying, though. How many Pokemon are there in the world? Oh, that's just examining the globe. There's like a little over 800 at this point. So anyway, the Nuzlock challenge. Basically, how Nuzlock challenges traditionally work is that there are 2 rules that are self-imposed upon playing a Pokemon game. The first is that you can only catch the first Pokemon you encounter on any given route or map. And the second rule is that if a Pokemon faints, you can no longer use it for the remainder of the run. These 2 rules are integral to any sort of Nuzlock challenge, and of course, I will be adhering to them here, with a few additional kind of corollaries to go alongside them. Now, this game does Pokemon battling quite a bit differently, since Nuzlocks kind of depend on random Pokemon appearing. And in this game, Pokemon just appear on the world map. There's no random encounters. So rather than relying on that, in order to determine the first Pokemon that I'm going to catch, will depend on my own perception. This may mean that a Pokemon may appear that may be new that I don't catch, quote unquote, but that's just because of how I'm focusing. So it is going to be more so based on my sight rather than any sort of dedicated, like, oh, here's a battle. So there is that, and unfortunately that's just kind of how the run has to go because of the way battles are conducted, or very least wild Pokemon battles. In addition, I am also going to be adhering to 2 additional rules in terms of catching Pokemon. The first is a duplicate rule. So, if I catch or if I first see a Pokemon and I can already use it as part of my team, as in, like, I can potentially bring it along with me, I can opt to ignore it. That way, I just don't have a team full of Pidgey. So, that way there's a bit more variety, it's a bit more exciting, and each Pokemon has its own individual identity. The second rule is that I'm instituting the Shiny Clause. So, basically that means if I see a shiny Pokemon, however rare of a chance that is, if I see a shiny Pokemon, I can catch it and still use it, even if it's not the first Pokemon I encounter. It still follows the same rules with battling, and if it faints, but basically shinies are given an extra purpose as opposed to just being an extra coloration. Now, in terms of the second rule, there's one thing that I want to potentially add, but I need to wait until I can actually, you know, see basically what I'm thinking about with this one, because I'm not entirely sure how Eevee will work, because spoilers, we get an Eevee in this game. Shocking. Let's see, email from Fallout. So I might need to change up how the battling rule works for Eevee if I can't deposit it into the PC. So that will depend very much entirely on whether or not I can deposit Eevee. Considering that Eevee plays an integral part of the story, I kind of doubt it, so I might need to redo that rule specifically for Eevee. Essentially, the idea is that Eevee gets plot armor, and I can still use it even if it does faint. But I have to go to a Pokemon Center in order to revive it. I can't use items or anything. The reason why is just because having just essentially a Pokemon I can never use be permanently part of me isn't exactly, well, it almost doesn't really feel like the spirit of Nuzlock, since it is kind of, for some people, it's like, oh, the Pokemon dies in battle. And you kind of can't do that when the Pokemon is within cutscenes. So Eevee might be given special plot armor. It will just depend on whether or not I can actually deposit it. If I can, great, Eevee is... Oh. Eevee then just has the same rules as all other Pokemon. If not, it does gain that additional plot armor because it's integral to the story. So, those are the special rules that I'm instigating for this challenge. Now, onto the game! I'm coming up! Up and at 'em! Morning, Destro! I really can't do Fallout's voice very well. I can't imitate Child that great. What's going on? You've got one weird look on your face. I mean, he has a much deeper voice than I do, but I don't think it quite works with this rendition. Oh, never mind that. I couldn't wait any longer, so I came to get you. Today's finally the big day. We're finally going to get our first Pokemon from Professor Oak and become real trainers. Oh, but before we do... You read the email I sent you yesterday, right? You better have. Check your computer if you didn't. Yes, press the X button to open the menu. I'm gonna book in Professor Oak's lab, so see you there! Unfortunately, I am part of the general consensus that I don't like the new rival because he's not a jerk. So, yeah. Okay, so all we can do is save right now. So, yeah, I mean, I kind of do miss the jerk rivals because they really did give you an incentive. So, I am very much in the majority of people who think that rivals recently have gotten a bit too... I don't know, hand-holdy, too nice. Let's see. Follow asked the professor to give the two of you Pokemon of your own. Doesn't seem like there's anything else. I swear, that base kind of looks like an Oddish. Alright. Pallet Town. It is very interesting just to see these old locations in 3D. Because, well, I mean, Kanto has been featured in so many games if you include, 2nd gen. Let's see. Anything else? He's just gonna say, technology's amazing! Technology's incredible! Then connect your smartphone to your game console and send data between them. Yes. So there is Pokemon Go connectivity. I am not doing it simply because, well, one, that we can't exactly use it for a while. And two, it defeats the point of the challenge. Like I said, it's a challenge run. We're just going with the base game. So, no Pokemon Go connectivity, but I'll go into some more details when we can actually utilize it. Let's see, Professor Oak's assistant. Authority on Pokemon. He's basically the go-to professor. You say the exact same thing. Professor Oak isn't here. I think those Pokeballs hold the Pokemon you and I are supposed to get. I can't wait to get mine. Okay. Interesting that there are 6 Pokeballs there. And there's also 2 that are here. It contains a Pokemon. Well, if I'd have to... Actually, can I interact with these? Oh, yeah, there are post-it notes there. Let's see. Open the menu. Save. Can I see Professor Oak's? Oh, there's an email for Professor Oak. The Pokemon League at Indigo Plateau is full of Pokemon trainers who have raised strong Pokemon to challenge and battle the Elite Four, the ultimate trainers. Please visit us again, Pokemon League HQ. Why would... Interesting that Professor Oak gets an email from the Indigo Plateau. Well, it probably wants me to head on into the grass. I am going to check my rival's house in case there's anything here. Let's see. Nope, nothing there. There's a book, though. It's a copy of the Pokemon Journal. Cherish your Pokemon, they'll love you in return. Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's see. What is that with him? It looks like there's some sort of Pokemon there, but I can't exactly tell. Oh, and there's a map of the Kanto region that it won't let me examine. Oh, well, whatever. Can't exactly do much here, so let's head on into the grass. Not back into the house, damn it! Now this is going wonderfully. Okay. There's Professor Oak with a bunch of Pidgey. Well, my good Pidgey, thanks for the help. I think I understand you all a bit better now, thanks to this. If it isn't Destro. Oh, of course. I promised to give you and Fallout your Pokemon today, didn't I? Well, in that case, why don't we head over to... What is this? It's an Eevee! Oh, you encountered a... Oh, I think that's just... Yeah, I think that was just the general text. I don't think Oak was speaking there. My, I surely wouldn't have expected an Eevee to appear around here. But since the opportunity has presented itself, why don't we practice some Pokemon catching? You just have to throw out your Pokeball and try to land it on a wild Pokemon for the chance to catch it. Okay, so catching Pokemon, this is one of the things that is very much different from the Let's Go games, is that rather than having, you know, normal battles with wild Pokemon, it acts like Pokemon Go, in which you simply throw a Pokeball and try to catch it that way. Horizontally pointing straight at the screen. With your Joy-Con pressing at the screen, press the A button to ready a Pokeball. Okay. You can throw the Pokeball by waving your Joy-Con. Just don't forget your surroundings as you're waving the Joy-Con around the place. Thankfully, I do have the attachment, so I won't have any problem with that. Okay, so there is a little bit of a delay. Got it. And we caught an Eevee! Hooray! That was a pretty fine performance for a first-timer, my boy. Why don't you pick up that Pokeball and give the Eevee you caught a name? What in the... Now that's a lively Pokemon if I've ever seen one. Hey, wait! Come back! I don't think Pokeballs work like that. Professor Oak! Those Pokeballs there, I swear there were only 2 a second ago, but now there are 3. A perfectly reasonable reaction, my boy. You see, one of them is an Eevee that Destro caught just now. So wait, Destro, you caught it yourself? What? I've never seen that happen before. Oh, how interesting. Well, my boy, this is it. Take that Pokeball and keep good hold of it this time. Yes, Professor. And now we have an Eevee! What a strange Pokemon indeed. It sure doesn't seem to like staying in one place. But it looks as though it's taken a shine to you, Destro. Why not give it a name? Okay, so now we get to nickname our Eevee. And yes, I will be naming my Pokemon. Now, I have a special, well, list that I'm going to be used in order to naming my different Pokemon. Obviously, I'm not going to nickname every single Pokemon that I catch, which, by the way, as part of the Nuzlock challenge, yes, I can catch other Pokemon for training purposes, but I cannot use them. So if you're wondering about that, that's another rule because this is how you primarily gain experience points. But now to nickname our Eevee. Oh shoot, what's the gender on Eevee? I honestly don't know. Shoot, I had a different name set on whether or not it was male or female. And it doesn't tell me. I'm going to hope that it is male, because it seemed like it didn't have, like, the new heart-shaped pattern on its tail. So, what I'm going to name my Eevee... Minato. Yes, it is a reference to Persona 3, but that's not exactly what the naming conventions are. How I'm going to nickname my Pokemon are various characters throughout every Let's Play series I have done. So from Pokemon Colosseum all the way to Persona 5, I have gathered 100 male and 100 female names in order to nickname various Pokemon. And how I'm normally going to do this is that I'm going to put them through a random number generator. Whatever number I get, go to whatever gender the Pokemon is, and that's what its name will be. So, that is how I'm going to be nicknaming all of my Pokemon. I did pre-select which ones I wanted to have for the starter. It would either be Minato, for the protagonist, or Yukari, who is also from Persona 3. Minato has been added to your party. I really hope it's not female. Because otherwise that would be kind of embarrassing. Professor, I choose this one. And Philip got a Pikachu. Oh. What's the verdict? Verdict is, it is male! Okay, so I called it right. So let's see, check summary. Oh, I can change the name on the fly? Well, holy crap! Sweet, I thought I would need to wait until I got to the move tutor. No, if I screwed that up, there wouldn't have been any negative repercussions. Cool. Okay, so came to Kanto region through some mysterious force. Let's see, what does it know? It knows Tackle, Tail Whip, and Growl. Okay, not bad. Seems like it specializes in physical attack. Not really good with special attack. That is if it's still going with how Pokemon usually does that, which is weird. But I think that will be fine. Definitely for early game. Let's see, Adamant Nature. Then again, I'm not entirely sure. Like, I know that the nature and characteristics matter, but I don't exactly know what each of them do. Alright, but we got Minato. Let's talk to Fallout. It's really cute. Pikachu is just what I wanted. Oh. It's a Pokeball. And there's an Eevee. Alright, so I take it we need to talk to the professor? For a new trainer to catch their first Pokemon themselves. Even I've never seen such a thing. Alright, well, we've been going on for quite some time, so I think now is a good time to call it a day here. So, next time on Let's Play, let's go, Eevee! We are going to continue on and officially begin our Pokemon adventure. With Minato in hand, we'll be able to travel the world throughout the Kanto region. Which isn't really the world, but it's pretty much the world in this game. At any rate, we are going to actually begin our adventure proper. And the real challenge will begin. So until next time, everyone, take care.